Motorcycles. My passion. My refuge. Me and my friend Troy have been planning this trip for over a year now. The Continental Divide Ride Trail. 3,000 miles, 4,828 kilometers of off-road riding, stretching from British Columbia to the New Mexico-Mexican border, and back again. Troy and I couldn't stop talking about it. From picking a bike that would take the off-road punishment, to be able to carry the load of supplies and camping gear, and of course be comfortable enough for the long haul. Prepping, planning, buying new gear, seems like every other day a new Amazon box arrived. My wife's gonna kill me. Nah, she supports my riding. She says I always come back happier and more relaxed. The time is finally here. Can't sleep. What am I gonna do? Pack, unpack, repack it again. Do I have everything? Do I have too much? I don't know. We'll have to see. So starting out from our hometown in Kelowna, British Columbia, we headed south down to Rock Creek and then onto Highway 3, skirting the Canada-US border over to Trail. And we decided to jump on a little bit of a dirt track there just to give the bikes a little run in the dirt and see how they're doing with all the weight and how we're packed. We did pretty good. A little front wheel light, but not too bad. And then we headed over to Killiman Creek Park. This was a big day, 368 miles, 592 kilometers on our first day. So we were pretty tired by the time we got there. And at Killiman Creek Provincial Park, they didn't have any camping for a couple bikes and tents. They were filled right up. So they let us camp in the field next to the campground and let us come over and use the facilities. We broke camp early, excited to get going, crossing the Roseville Canadian-US border crossing. We headed into Eureka for a little breakfast, and then we headed up a small valley with a narrow little paved road. It's pretty cool, actually. And then we hit dirt. Yes, dirt, that's what we were looking for. Unpaved roads. The real adventure starts now.
Yeah.
But I was thinking to myself, you sure you want to go for red?
Yeah, no, this is...
It's ample, right?
Yep, this is ample.
GPS, 2 amp. Sure you just didn't lose that weird connection to the battery connects on your... somehow? I don't know how easy...
That thing's really tight.
Okay, well then... start at the basics, I guess. So this thick cord comes all the way into here someplace?
Yeah.
It's not that. Is it this? No, it's not that. What I'm wondering is where that cord goes. Because it probably goes thick cord, jacketed to just two separate someplace. So, yeah, okay. Well, there's no external, like this fuse is for something else.
No, we haven't even been on the dirt road for about half an hour, and we stopped and my GPS wouldn't come back on my bike. And I was like, oh geez, hit the dirt, what's gonna go on now? Something's breaking down. Anyways, we looked for the problem, couldn't find it, drove for about another hour with no GPS on my bike, and turned out when we stopped and I just took a little closer look at it, it just wasn't clipped into the Tour Tech holder quite right. Easy fix, and we didn't have any other breakdowns for the rest of the ride. Past Columbia Falls to a lake called Inez Lake, and it was beautiful. We went for a swim to cool off, went up to a little grocery store and got some food and some grapes and fruit and stuff, and charged our batteries a little bit, and made camp and had another great night. Day 3 on the bikes. Day 3 was a big day, 114 miles, 505 kilometers from Inez Lake down to Butte, Montana. And it turned out to be just a long day. It kept going and going, and we ran into some more interesting riding, a little harder riding here and there, and we made a few mistakes.
This gentleman over here.
A great place to have lunch.
That it is.
Huh? Oh yeah. Yeah, I just did. Went to put my foot down and slipped. Oh, and I think I got it on video. Did you? Yeah. Alrighty. Ready to continue? There we go. Where we go? Where's this rock? There we go. Up, up, and away. Up, up, and away. Yep. Uh-oh. Where's that gimbal? This is where you are. What happened? Oh, you found a little mud hole.
Okay, so let's grab on this. 1, 2, 3. Oh. See? The back end is just moving.
Yeah, it's just the suspension lifts and that's it.
I guess we gotta get rid of this mud. Or it's a rock. Okay. It's just lifting the front end.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it is heavy, but there's too much weight on the back end. Yeah, you gotta get rid of some weight. It's just lifting the front end for now.
You take the key?
Yeah.
Slide forward, straight forward. There we go.
I know it's muddy, but come on.
Oh, there's another rock right there.
Need reverse.
I think somebody threw a bunch of rocks in here to get rid of the mud.
Huh? Okay. You say it went 1, 2, 3. Oh. Go.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, I can't hold the bike.
They're coming. Huh?
Hold bingo belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, a little blurring punch.
Oh, what the hell? Look at this.
That was awesome.
It looks a little more difficult. Glad we didn't do red. Glad it didn't do red. Theme of the day. Yeah, it's all in one piece, blah, blah, blah. No blood, no bones sticking on my leg.
So we finally made it to Butte. We made a few mistakes along the way, but nobody got hurt. It was okay. Big day again, 365 kilometers and 227 miles. So we put the bikes through some testing, we put ourselves through some tests, and it was a hard day. The worst part about this day was I lost my motorcycle jacket. We had it pinned to the back of the bike, and it fell off. So when we got to Butte, came back out to the bikes, and the jacket wasn't there. And I was like, I thought it got stolen at first. And then I was kind of flipping out a little bit. Troy was like, what the hell's going on? Yeah, backtracked at least 50 kilometers back up that trail and found the jacket lying in the middle of the trail. So anyway, the day ended, a new day began.
We either power through to Butte,
We got a room.
or stay on the side of this. You just want to go to Butte and get a room? Okay, let's go then.
Look at that.
That wasn't bad.
No, I know this hill.
I know you do.
I
That's
mean,
the one where
keep
everybody has
going.
all that big trouble.
Yeah. I filmed that all the way out, like way off in the distance.
I'm off now?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I felt good right at the town
Yeah,
part.
yeah.
All right, moving on to day 4, getting into the groove of things. Butte, Montana to Island Park, Montana, 276 miles, 444 kilometers. So we know we're coming up on the Fleece Ridge Hill today, and we think we got it all cased out. We're going up the hill and we're saying, what's the big deal? No big deal here, this is easy. And then we made the wrong turn and actually got to the hill, which was very steep, probably about 30-degree angle down, and it's a lot steeper than it looks on the video, let me tell you. 800-pound bikes going down a 30-degree hill on loose shale. It was a little fun, but we managed to get down it, no problem, and had beautiful riding for the rest of the day.
filming.
Huh?
Just filming you.
Oh.
What?
Huh? Oh.
Alright, day 5. Island Park, Montana to Pinedale, Wyoming. 239 miles, 384 kilometers. We started out from Warm River at campground and headed up into some really nice farmland, and then weaved up into the foothills of the Caribou Targhee National Forest. Beautiful ride through there, a little bit of smoke. We had to get around a fire that was burning, but we got some directions and got around that, so that was good. And then we popped out on the back side, or the north side, of Teton National Park. Then we got through the park and headed up through Jack Pine Range, which was about 11,000 feet, I believe, and headed back down into Pinedale and found a really nice campground at Fairmont Lake Campground and spent the evening there. Got to go for a swim and cool off and get cleaned up and had a good night's sleep. Alrighty, day 6. Pinedale to Rawlings, Wyoming. 230 miles, 370 kilometers. Starting to get a little tired now. And Wyoming, well, not much to say about Wyoming. It's just Wyoming. It's flat, dusty, not a lot to look at. And at the end of the day, we had about 30 kilometers, about 20 miles of just sand. And you can only go down the one track, 18-inch wide, half pipe full of powder. If you're not good riding in sand and you're doing the Kevin's GPS, take the little green section and avoid this if you're not good in sand, because it was not fun. I think I dropped my bike about 7 times. Yeah, not fun at all. I mean, the Great Basin was nice to look at and everything, but I don't think it's worth driving 230 miles in nothingness. I would take the shortcut.
God. Okay. No. Okay, Sally, this sucker. Doing good. Okay. Attaboy. Number 7.
Day 7, Rawlings, Wyoming to Hartselle, Colorado. 341 miles, 549 kilometers. Big day. Fast roads. We were doing 120 kilometers an hour on these dirt roads. Excellent roads. Breckenridge, Borest Pass, 11,482 feet. We had some lightning and some hail, a little bit of rain, and we stopped at Hartselle to camp behind the mechanic shop of all places. Day 8, Hartzell to Chema, 286 miles, 460 kilometers. Easy riding, too easy. Getting a little bored on the bike now. Cooler temps made for comfortable riding as well. Went from one side of a valley to the next side of the valley, up a pass, down a pass, up a pass, down a pass. It's getting a little monotonous. Anyways, we made it to New Mexico, and that was our goal. So it's time to head back north. Day 9, heading out of Chama up to Durango, Silverton, Ouray, and then Highland State Park in Utah. And then we're day 10, heading out from Highland out to Wells, Nevada. Day 11, Wells, Nevada to Lewiston, Idaho. Day 12, Lewiston, Idaho, back to Kelowna, British Columbia. In total, 1,610 miles on the way home. Day 9, went up Route 550, which is the $1 Million Highway, from Durango up to Ouray, and I would say it's a bucket list ride. It's a phenomenal ride. So that's the Continental Divide ride. Me and my buddy Troy had a great time doing the ride. We put in lots of miles. How many miles did we put on? This is how many miles. We did 3,827 miles, 6,159 kilometers total in 12 days. That's 519 miles average per day, or 513 kilometers average per day. We had a good time. The scenery was great. The riding was great. I mean, the gravel roads in the US are like Canadian highways, so we made really good time. You know, we had a couple little challenged areas there, which were the fun part, really. That's what made the ride fun and adventurous. We got a little bored at the end, and we turned around in New Mexico and came back up Route 550, which is $1 Million Highway, which is a bucket list ride for sure for anybody. And we had a great time. And thanks for watching my video.